Okay, fine. So we are ready to start. Just a minute. Let me check the people online. Everyone able to hear? Okay, fine. So we have participants attending very few in the class, of course. But you can see on the online, we have almost around 100 participants. So luckily you are in Hyderabad, so you can attend online. Okay, so let's start. So initially, I'm going to put everyone on mute, referring to the people online. Okay. As you know, the seminar. Okay. Okay, so that's because I'm actually doing in a hall, so there is some kind of echo. That might be the case. Okay, fine. So, yeah. Hi, Arjun. Come. People are actually online. Yeah, they can listen. They can come. Just a minute. We can sit here. Video is not. We can enable video. Can you please? Yeah, we can. Yeah, just a minute. Before I start, I would like to introduce Arjun. So he's one of our very old student. Now he's working on cyber security. So he just wanted to share some information. So he's coming from a long distance actually. So it's kind of coincidence, I can say, because we were supposed to meet on discussing some specific courses, and that's the reason we are here. So I would like to give him a chance, just 5-10 minutes. He will give an idea. Okay. Everyone's on mute, so okay, fine. Hi guys, you can see. People are online. See. Hope I'm visible to everyone. So my name is Arjun. I was one of the old student of Specialization. It's a coincidence, he didn't ask me to come here. I asked him, I want to meet him because what one purpose. So I read about, I'll take only 10 minutes max, but I believe strongly that my story will be interesting to you all because I studied in minority college, Muslim minority college. I know the culture of Muslims. Yeah. Though I'm a Hindu, I know La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. I know the meaning because when I started everything with you, sir, Sikandar sir, I just said along with the words. I said Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Please let me move to the right path. I said really. And again, I'm telling you this service certified in cybersecurity. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Sir, I lost my father after my graduation, and till then I was
was arrogant. So everyone is respecting me and my family. Till then, my father was there. And well, post that, I saw the true colors, relatives, friends, everyone. I was helpless. I need a job, and it is look after my mother. I don't know who will give. Everyone need an experience like. Okay, okay. Please, who got a 70% plus of percentage in your academics? 100%. How much did you got percentage? Academics.
Academics.
Yeah, 70. Excellent. 70 and above.
Yeah.
Me, in my whole academics, I haven't crossed 60%. Nothing. I was a bad student. Then I went to Amirpet, you know Amirpet? Yeah. There I have wasted 45,000 people, 20,000. No problem. I think. Okay. I have wasted. All this is true. Happened to me. This is my own experience. 45,000, 50,000. They told that you will get a job for sure. And we will make sure you will get a job. And they offered me a job in a computer shop for sales. I was shocked. Shocked, really shocked. Later, maybe my fate or something, I met him. Okay, really? Udhivari. I was at that time a Nibba. Yes, I admit it. I'm blunt. No knowledge, nothing. Whoever, whatever they say, I believed in them. But later when I met him, sir, I really saw a true knowledge. There is no questions apart. No questions. Everything, the loop is closed successfully with his education. That is what I saw. And I kept in my mind, I never told him, I want to teach like you. Really. Allah ki qasam and my father ki qasam. I want to teach like him, but no. He deal with the students very well. I observed it, but I thought I need to improve myself a lot. Till then, I did not started. Okay, I'll tell you that. After my completion of course with him, I got a job. Yeah, I got a job, and that is all. Now, Chris, or whatever, I got the job. Anyhow, later on, there itself started the political drama. The seniors don't want me to learn more. They don't want me to achieve more. They don't want me to gain knowledge. They want me as their puppet. I want to listen to them. That's it they want. Okay, go there, then I have to go there. Okay, go here, come, something, bring. I want to do whatever they want. I don't want to be like that. And the girl I loved left me at the time, no problem. And it was like a chaos for me in my life. I was still started CC, MP security now. I was certified in CCNA now. I started CC MP security from Sikandar sir. I was learning VPNs in routers, in ASs, how to configure the firewalls and routers and the stateful, whatever, the blah, blah things. Now, I started feeling numbness. I started feeling numbness. I don't know. I need to complete, go to the office, complete till 6 p.m. and then start from there and reach Masab Tank, which is around, sir, from Hyderabad. How many kilometers it could be?
12 kilometers.
12 kilometers. From there to 12 kilometers, with huge traffic, and coming here and then going back, cooking my own, and then again started reading. Let me have some movie or some articles. I go to sleep. This is how. And then suddenly, again increasing the numbness. I went to doctor, and they diagnosed me that I have a brain stroke. Clots, small clots. If it is here, then it will affect here. If it is here, then it will affect the right parts. You can check it. I was carrying the MRI. came to Vmware Solutions. So, Naeem bhai asked me, what is that? It's an MRI. Whose MRI is this? It's mine. What happened? Some clots. Then why are you here? Go and take rest. No. Okay, I'm okay. I want to listen to the class. I have few more questions. I got the printout, okay, for TLPs. I still remember. Printout. Sir, I want this. Okay, come and sit. I was sat. He started lecturing, explaining the things. I went like this, closed my eyes. But my subconscious mind is still working. I know that. I'm listening. I think Sikandar sir saw me, but he did not disturb me. I think that's the quality, the quality. If you are a kid, your sirs or madams, hey, come on, get up. They will throw the chapters and they will make you wake up. But he did not. But because yes, it was relaxed. After closing my eyes, it is burning. Later on, I got a doubt, and suddenly I open up my eyes and asked the doubt, and I saw his eyes. I think, I don't know. I think you are sleeping. Are you listening? He just, what happened to you? Are you still? I saw you sleeping. That is what I saw in his eyes. Again, okay, I got somehow refreshed, and that's how I completed the courses, everything with him. And later on, I became only one paper of a CCNP VPN. Unfortunately, with all my efforts, I shifted my domain into information security, not a network security now. Before, couple of years back, from network security to information security because they need some network security guy. And then information security. I don't know anything. What is information security? Information, assets, framework, standards, ISO 27001, compliance, auditing, how the systems are working, how the processes are working. So this is how the information security works. So completely different domain. It's a network, packet, flags, TCP, sync, everything. That is a different story. And this is completely different story. I was literally, what I have to do, why they have chosen me, why I got this job. But it is really benefitable to me. Anything which is, I'm a security in a path. Information security also helped me a lot. And later on, my seniors, they helped me that they understood the fire, the commitment, the loyalty, and mainly in our language, integrity. I never changed. So later on, I got a referral. They referred me as a cybersecurity manager in a company. Hey, come on, don't joke. I don't have that experience. You can do it. No. I will work under you, but I can't take that position. Please. It will be okay. I can breathe easily if I work under you. I say, hey, no, I have a confidence on you. You can do it. Come on. Okay, fine. I'm getting some money. Okay, let me try. If I don't like, then I will shift again back to network or something. Then I went there, 12 to 15 people, not only network security. Network security is one of the security service we provide to the client. Network security, SOC, Security Operations Center, vulnerability management, identity and access management, AV, antivirus solution, public key infrastructure, and every service I do manage, my team works, and we provide the services to the client. And the due respect with my friend, only the network and now later on the compliance. That's it. Now the cyber security. Yes, I admit with they can see what this guy came to me like a manager. I think he doesn't have the knowledge like me. I don't give him a chance. Anybody, I admit I don't have the experience. Yes, I don't have. I will learn with him. There is no question to them then. But the leadership skills I have acquired. I try. So today, early morning, I slept at 5 o'clock. There was a people issue. 2 to 3 hours at 3 o'clock, I got a call. I must log in. And day before yesterday, 4 to 5 hours of a call with a Microsoft vendor. I have to drive it because it's a different story anyhow. So that's how it happened. Listen, everyone, before I close, the time, before I close, believe in Sikandar sir, because I'm here. I started my core technology from him. Target him that I will become more successful than you. You will be successful for sure. I'm done. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Arjun. Actually, it's a coincidence. We were actually on a
I did not ask for you, but checking us. Hey, come on. Something, it's my own interest I can do. Even I can recap from November.
Yeah. Yeah, we are in touch actually since last 1 month, because we didn't meet for 8 years, almost, I think more than that. From last 1.5 months, we are working on some cybersecurity courses, which is a completely different domain than my specialization, because I'm more specialized into Cisco. But considering, cybersecurity, there are many things involved. So I was in touch with multiple people and we got in touch. He said, I'm working on it. So I'm ready to deliver some lectures and we can design some courses. That's how it came. We have been in touch. Then we are supposed to meet since a long time, because even I don't visit the office, to be frank. I work from home. So majority of the time I don't visit. So then I said, I'm doing some seminar. You just come down. We can meet when we can sit and discuss. But again, as I said, so that's kind of a coincidence. So it's not exactly planned, to be frank. So he just came. So I thought, he might be leaving. He might have to leave. That's the reason I said, let him share his experience and all. Anyway, we can get many people like this, so you don't need to worry. So as we move on, and because it's been for a long time, I didn't focus much on the foundation courses. And the reason, because I've been doing courses on CCI. I'm CCI certified. So I'm doing many corporate trainings and also doing CCI level trainings. I'm a little bit occupied on that. So I never got into, because I got a team, doing all these courses. So now I thought, let's focus on job-oriented programs, because that's what the challenge many people face. So without wasting time, let me jump into the actual seminar. Okay, so we are ready to start. Let me start this thing. So the quick overview. You can see my profile, so I don't really want to share these things, but there's something you need to know. So I have around on Udemy around 2 students, and we have YouTube and all, already. So basically, I don't need to tell much on these things. Now let's jump into the main thing here. So I think my video is on. So okay, so the main thing here. So what are the challenges generally students face? That's something what I want to share first, because I don't want to promote the courses here, but I want to share some of the back-end things, what you people need to know, the general challenges what students face. So one of the main challenges is the first one, education system and the skills mismatch. This is very much common. You have been graduated from whatever the stream. It can be a computer science, it can be an IT, it can be a BTech or graduation or post-graduation, whatever it is. So whatever the skill set you acquire at the education system, that's totally different from what you face in the real network. Okay, so because I've been, to be frank, my education qualification, I'm just 10 plus 3, 10 plus diploma in computer engineering, that's it. So he's also diploma, the Arjun, he's also a diploma candidate. After that, we simply moved on. At the age of 18, we started, I started to do something and we started learning. At almost 2-3 years, you end up realizing that the diploma in computers or graduation, that's not enough to even meet a basic job of office assistant. Office assistant, help desk, receptionist, or whatever, the basic role at the hotel or at the any office. That's even not enough. Whatever the MS Office, because you need to know MS Office. Now you have to know MS Office, MS Word, you need to know some software to run all these things. But these are the things, very hardly you learn these things in the academics, to be frank. Okay. So that's not enough. I'm not saying just diploma, even if you're a graduate, BTech, you don't really learn the skills, which is going to be a complete mismatch. People do.
Just want here.
Yeah.
I just want to interrupt here. Everyone, could you please turn on the camera, please?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really sorry for this. See, whenever a motivated learner meets the right trainer, things will be amazing. I'm saying it is true because I'm the one. If you're not a motivated learner, things step back.
So that is one thing I don't want to drag. That already you have been facing all these things. There are many people. The second thing is lack of experience, right? Obviously, when you go for a job, they look out for experience. Anyone asks for experience. If you're applying for a desktop support engineer, because I'm just relating to my related jobs, what I do. Even if you're applying for office assistant or basic job, also they look for experience. Lack of experience. And of course, at the end, there will be a competition as well. You need to understand the competition for the same job. There are more than 20 people or maybe 50 people or maybe even 100 people applying. So if you take a network engineer job, also there will be 100 people applying and they will do a written test to filter the candidates. Out of 100, there will be a 20 set of questions which you'll face. And out of that, only 20-25 people will move to the next round. Technical skills, obviously. That's how it is. And one more challenge, what you face is the limited professional network. So the main majority of the jobs, let's take an example. If someone, many students, we do regular counseling. It's not like that we don't do it. We have been meeting plenty of people, plenty of students during the counselings or during the classes. The one of the main challenges you don't have, like general example in Hyderabad, you have one student comes and he says, I want to do CCNA, CCNP, these security, firewall, whatever the courses we do, or cyber security or cloud, these are the courses they specifically say. How you figure out these courses, why you want to do? My mama, my cousin, my, relative is in Saudi, is in UK, is in US. UK is different market. I'll come to that point. And they say they just want them to do that courses and come down. I have a job opening there. I will push you in the company. And this is how, they don't have a clear vision of what they want to do. They just blindly follow them. What if he cannot accommodate in the company? Let's say, now there are two possibilities. Let's say he joined the courses for 6 months, 8 months. He spent some 1 year time. And after 1 year, what happens? He will go to Saudi or Dubai, whatever the location, his relative, he will come and he will take him. And there are two possibilities. Either if he is having an opening, so the two things, he must have that job ready. The second thing, the candidate must possess that skills. Now, two things. So simply he cannot take you inside without skills. So now if any of this is missing, let's say he is skilled and he don't have that opening, now he has to survive to get into a job in a different company. And let's say there is an opening but he don't have the skill, then again the problem is he cannot survive in the job, and even he cannot get into another job. So the problem here is you don't have anyone social professional link network. We don't build that. We don't have a LinkedIn account. How many people approaching for a job, they have a LinkedIn account? How many people have a Naukri.com, whatever the job portals, they have a profile updated? How many people are actually looking on these portals to look for the relevant jobs? How many people are working on the skill set they are asking? Minimum basic English skills we don't work on, to be frank. Minimum basic communication skills, like you are going to a client and you need to communicate with a client in English or in general language, you don't even work on it. Many people don't even work on English skills. When I say, you need to work on communication skills, they say it's manageable. How you manage the interviews, how you manage. So this is a thing. And of course, uncertainty about the career goals. You don't know, especially in Hyderabad, you go to Amirpet, you do one course for 3 months for 5,000, 10,000, and then maybe you do some kind of a cloud course or whatever, networking course, or maybe relevant Java course. If he's a BTech, then he will go and do Java course. And after 6 months, he will realize that, Java is not suitable for me because I'm not at that level to understand and program the software things. So they realize after 6 months, 8 months, and even after 6 months, 8 months, even if they realize, that's again 6 months, 8 months, it's not a big deal. You're wasting 6 months. We wasted 3, 4 years. That's not a big deal. But it's good, you understood in 6 months, 8 months. Then you jump into another course. Or sometimes, there are very smart people, they apply for masters again. After BTech, again, they apply for MTech. What you will do 2 years again, MTech. Again, after MTech, also, you have to do these technical courses. To be frank, you have to come because we teach many MTechs, we teach many masters. They have these syllabus in the academics. I'm not saying, just only networking because I'm expertise in this. I'm only talking about that. But the same thing applicable for programmers, software, .NET or SQL, whatever the field, So you don't have the career goal. You don't even know. That's the problem. And that may be because of the environment we are in, especially in India. You don't have much contacts. You don't have many educated people in your family or like that, because I'm the one who, from the same category, we can say. Lack of real industry real ready skills. Again, this is totally because we don't have the relevant skills, what we can make it in an industry. And also the campus placement dependency is also one of the major things. Many toppers rely on the campus placements. They will get into, because in the campus placement, what happens is the companies will hire you and mold you according to the requirement. They don't consider what is your expertise. It doesn't matter for them what is your skill set, what is your interest, what you want to become. Doesn't matter, they just mold you in a system. They will hire you in a package and you get into that and you just get used to that. Just a small story I can share. Almost, 12 years before, I trained one of my student. He came from UK for 3 months on vacation. He was a programmer on a chip level, working in UK. And he did CCNA, CCNP, all these courses 3 months. He's a chip level programmer, very smart, very sharp. He almost did everything in 3 months. Almost like normally people will take 1 year. He did in 3 months. 3 months complete vacation. One-to-one classes, not in group. One-to-one classes, we generally do one-to-one sessions. We used to do very long time. He did with me, NANP. I was not even CCA at that time. I was just teaching CCNA, CCNP, almost, you can count 12 years before almost. So at that time. Now I asked him, you have been in UK, you are doing, where you're earning good salary as well. Why you want to do all these courses? So he was a little bit, because at the chip level, there is a lot of pressure in handling the job. Normal programming is tense, but he's doing at chip level. He said, I will become mentally unstable if I continue the same job for 2 more years. So that is what his mental condition. Of course, that is his choice. We are not forcing him. But, there are many expertise. Now he's working on a network security. He has shifted everything for almost 10 years. He has been working. That's the thing. Okay. So you need to know, identify your skill set is also important, where you want to do. Okay. So these are quick challenges what face. That's what I collected. Any specific question? Let me just take any questions on the chat. If you have, just share. I'll try to answer because I'm just sharing my experience. I think we are good to go. If any questions, you can just drop in the chat. Any questions from here? People sitting here. Got a lot of notes actually, but I could not go through. Okay, fine. Now let's move on. Now the next thing, what I have to do? Okay, fine. Can you accept LOP? What is LOP? We will come to the courses and all because I don't want to directly jump into the courses what we offer. I don't want to do this seminar just for the kind of marketing kind of thing. I'll give an overview on the courses, but I want you to mentally prepare yourself where you are, how you are, you need to plan, you need to analyze because I'm just trying to share all the possibilities what I come across in a short time. Not all, few of them. Now, the next thing, okay, now we got an idea. Now I'm a graduate or completed, or maybe I've done 1 or 2 years, or maybe I want to look into a better job. Now you need to start exploring the opportunity. What's the next thing you need to do? You need to start exploring the opportunities in IT or non-IT. Now you have to decide where you want to work, in an IT or non-IT. Now, again, if you're selecting IT, again, in that there are many categories. You have programming, you have software, you have database, you have in that software, again, you have Java, .NET. I'm not good in that because I've not done any graduation in that. So, but now again, you need to plan again database, SQL, cloud, cyber security, networking, network security, firewalls. These are all options. Here, I can only explain you a few options relevant to this one. Okay, I'll just come back to the question. So let me come back to this one. Okay. So what is the next thing? You need to find out the overview of the job opportunities. That's the next thing. You need to explore the things. What are the different opportunities you have? You need to start exploring that. So first you have to decide where you are exactly fitting in as per your academics, as per your understanding, as per your knowledge. Because as I said, one example, you might be an average student, let's say 60-70% graduation. So normally for those kind of people, you cannot expect them to deliver a programming level job like Java, .NET, these kind of things. Because personally, I have my own friends who has been BTechs, MTechs. So they also tried their best to get into a programming side. But at the end, they end up getting into at the end, they end up getting into a desktop admin job also after being BTech, MTech also. So, but anyway, you are making money in dollars, or if you are making money in riyals and all, that will make a huge difference. But at the end, you can see that. Okay. So skills development is important, especially now you have to decide where you want to, whether you want to go to IT or non-IT. Again, if you're going for IT, then you need to figure out what are the different possibilities you have. These things you have to work out. I cannot sit here and judge you, okay? Because everyone have their own paths. I'm just trying to give a framework where you can exactly fit in yourself. The different networking courses, the skills development. Again, if you're going for non-IT relevant jobs, then you have to figure out what are the skills you need to develop for that. Okay, networking courses and again, advanced networking certification and all. Okay. Now, how you want to do? Let me come back to the. There are a few questions. Let me quickly answer here. Job opportunities on CCNA. I'll come to that CCNA level. What are the different skills you need to add if you want to become a network engineer? What is the role of AI? AI, see, many things are moving on to automation. So you need to add the automation skills as well. Specifically, most of the level 1 jobs, you don't need it. Like monitoring and all, most of the automation tools will do for you. So again, I'll give an overview on that. But for that, you need to have some basic idea as well. I think most of the people who are asking these questions already are working for more than 5 years, I think. Any age matters in the networking field. Obviously, age is also a factor they will consider. It depends on where exactly you are working. Loss of it in the bond and all of those things are different. Expenditure, future values, upcoming demand technologies. See, there is a demand. What are the future demanding technologies means? There is a demand for each and every technology. If I say there's a demand for programming, if let's say there's a Python and Java, these are all, you might have idea most of the programming nowadays done on Python. So it doesn't mean that there is no demand for Java, to be frank. Still there is a demand. But the only thing is whether you are expertise in that matters. There's a demand for network security. There is demand for network engineering. There is a demand for the cloud. There is a demand for cyber security. I'm going on my domain, what we do. There is a demand for all. Even there is a demand for Microsoft server. There's a demand for Linux server also, server side. But there are two things you need to consider: the skill set. Like let's say myself, I started as a basic hardware engineer. Let's say we used to manage the computers. Before that, we used to do many other things also. I cannot disclose that, even smaller jobs. So we started with, that is a pure technical job what I started with. We started with the office assistant also. Then we seen, someone is managing the computers. Why I can't do this? That has a scope. Office assistant sitting in a reception job doesn't help you, right? In the future. So again, once you come into a point after 1 year, 1.5 years, you realize that there's nothing more you can do on the computer hardware. What else you can do? Nowadays, even school kids can manage computers, right? They can install operating system, they can install softwares, they can manage all the graphic designing tools. Even the school kids, they do coding now. So things have changed now. Then you need to know what is the next level you need to get. So then I started, okay, server side is a good thing. The next level you need to jump in. So we started learning Microsoft Linux server. Linux, we didn't get a chance to work on. Then we upgraded to Microsoft servers. Then again, you learn Microsoft servers, you learn Active Directory, you learn database. What's next? What your senior people are doing? What other people are doing? How? Then you need to start thinking. The people are doing CCNA and getting into network side role. So then you start learning CCNA. So will be a continuous learning process is important. So the actual learning starts when you start working. So normally, people say, after school, you can enjoy college and all. But after college, again, you say, you can enjoy once you get a job. It's not like that. There should be a continuous learning process if you want to continuously grow. If you want to continuously grow. Let me share one more small story of one of our students. So we were doing classes, CCNP, very long back when we started our own institution, almost 12 years before. We started a new institution, my own. And then we started doing CCNP classes in the evening. So we got a few students. One student, he's a dual CCI now, currently. So he started with CCNP. He was CCNA network engineer, and he started CCNP, learning CCNP classes because we used to do a lot of offline classes for a long time. Because I stopped for 5-6 years and I focused on CCI classes more. So now that guy, at that point of time, what is his package? Normally, CCNA basic network engineer, let's say 10 to 15,000 starting, and then he moved on to CCNP. After that, he learned some firewall, FortiGate, and all. And almost he switched the company or internally almost double. And then after that, again, what is the next thing? Now he got hike. He got into a better job, better position, next level 2 engineer, and some security engineers managing some FortiGate firewalls. What's next? Then he started working on CCI. And again, he almost worked for 1.5 years, got into CCI, got his CCI. And again, what is the package now? 4 times, 5 times within 2 years. And then he did one more CCI after 2-3 years. Again, he has to renew again 3-4 times. So you cannot even count. There is a growth. So that growth is not, I'm not saying that is only applicable in networking or network security. I'm not saying that. This is whatever the domain you are in, the continuous learning process. that will only help you to grow. So financially or position wise, obviously we work for money at the end because that is a ultimate goal, right? You don't work for, for your own self-satisfaction or satisfying your boss, not like that, right? You have to survive. You need money. You need to make money, obviously. That's the ultimate goal. So for that, there is a continuous learning process. You need to adapt yourself to the learning process. That's important. Every day, 2 hours, you have to allocate for learning. Easily you can manage, right? How many hours you take out just chit-chatting with your friends in the office for 2, 3 hours easily. So every week there should be, should allocate 10 to 20 hours of learning for every week. Whether it is on the weekend, let's say you're busy 5 days, Monday to Friday. Weekends you have off, Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, count you how many hours total? 48 hours. How many hours you sleep? 20 hours, let's say 10, 10. Normally 8 hours, 10, 10. So still you have 24 hours. Giving time to your family, let's say 10 hours, still you have 14 hours, right? Still you have 14 hours. So out of 14 hours, again, 7 hours, you give it for other things, still you have 7 hours. And while you're working, you can also accommodate learning also. Many people, I used to learn while working because when you work for 9 hour shift, you don't do 9 hours continuous job. Especially with network engineers, how it is. You get a call at 2 a.m., you have to wake up, you have to log in, you have to fix it. Which means whenever you get more job, more to do when there is a problem, critical problem. And that you will face hardly in 1 week, maybe 3, 4 times, maybe 5 times, max, I'm saying. Sometimes within 1 week or even 1 month, you don't have anything to do because everything is running. What you're doing that 1 month? You're not learning. That's the problem. Okay. That is where most of the people got stuck here. You don't, again, after 5, 10 years, again, 5, 10 years, when the company don't give an increment, or the company is looking for a new phase, like you are working for 10 years and you are almost like a manager position now, and the company don't want to make you to manager, and they simply, terminate you. And after 10 years, again, they come and learn CCNP again. That's a normal case. I see many profiles. I normally do that. That's the problem. The continuous learning is something you need to keep on doing that. Yeah, Arjun. Yeah, please, please. Arjun want to share a relevant thing. I hope you people do not have any problem. Okay, because yeah, please come. Yeah, please come. Please come. Relevant to this, he just wanted to share few points.
So just now the point you said, the continuous learning. The continuous learning. Now, wow, I want to watch a movie. I want to go for a long ride. And I want to spend some time with my friends. It's really a very good relief with our personal times, whatever we like to do. How? So how to do the continuous learning? Now, here, just focus the path, what you have to achieve. Keep some books, PDFs, articles. Okay, CCNE. Next, CCNP. Next, yeah, the person just Sikandar sir said, after completing the CCNP, he targeted the CCIE. So then have to completely sitting around and completely reading continuously for 8 hours. That doesn't work practically. But I could have done CCA, but I could consider, but my path has been changed.
Path has changed. It's a cyber security.
Yeah, but how I have achieved the CCMP within a short period of time is I go to the work. Okay, I came there to work. Okay, the tickets are there, clear. Now they will murmur, they will chit chat. Okay, let it be. And then I start the opening the PDF and running DMVPN. Where exactly the DMVPN is used. Once upon a time, phone calls, IP phones. Now everything is Teams and everything. But once upon a time, we have the IP phones from India to Dubai, to UK, to US. In European countries, we have the GDPR, General Data Protection Regulations. We should not have anybody of the European countries. That's the regulations anyhow. So likewise, how this IP phones work, the DMVPN. So I have studied. Yeah, always you study. Yeah, what I have to do? I don't. Okay, I'll chit chat sometimes. Okay, let me complete this one. Okay, I have studied. So that's how I manage my time in only work time.
Yeah, you don't need to allocate separate time.
Separate time I haven't used.
Thanks, Arjun. So actually, you don't need to allocate separate time for learning. You have already 9 hours shift or 8 hours shift, let's say 40 hours per week. So in that, you are not working 40 hours, right? Obviously, no one will work. Even my team doesn't work 40 hours. Of course, sometimes, they have to work in the overnight if there is a critical issue. That is a separate case, right? So that time you can utilize. Okay, I'll come back to the questions. So everyone have a questions, but I don't want to break here. Okay, so you need to do the self-evaluation, evaluate your background. Now, how you are going to plan? These are general things. I'm not, this is general for everyone, even if you are a programmer, whatever the career, because here I'm not doing anything. I'm not coming to my courses yet. If you want, I'll come later on. The evaluation is very important. You need to self-evaluate what is your academic background. Okay, it doesn't mean you are a BCom background, you cannot do cybersecurity, you cannot do network security. It's not like that. Any graduation doesn't mean. But the thing is, whether your mind, you have the capability to learn those things or not. Just a simple story, I have one of my cousin recently. I don't want to share, but recently, he's been graduated, and my relatives want him to become a CCNA. Not only it's common, right? So if someone is successful, they want him to be like that. In my family, people will see like that. So he has been here for 6-7 months with me, but he couldn't even complete CCNA. Yeah. Core networking, see, to be frank, core networking skills I started almost because after diploma I started to work. I want to work, but then almost it took 4 years to realize that you are not even a diploma. You're not even a basic computer skills you don't have. So again, hardware, it's a long story. So again, started with the computer hardware and all, and then server side. And then I got an opportunity to get into the network side because one of my network team member was leaving the company and they want someone to take up the role. So it was kind of an opportunity to move to Cisco. Then I was doing CCNA. I was good at subnetting, all those things and that's how, you move to CCNA and then CCNP and then CCIE. And luckily, while I was working, I was to do CCIE. That's my ultimate goal. Because as I said, there are a lot of pressure in the companies. Many seniors, they don't allow you to get into a senior kind of role. So then I thought, if you get a CCIE, then anyway, you can sit in on the top of them. And later on, that's the reason I have to move to the training. That's what I decided, working and learning parallel is not possible, especially when you're doing CCIE. So then I moved on to training back again to survive at the same time, do CCIE. So then I joined my Netmetrics, Hyderabad. It was one of the top institutions and all. So I started joining. I worked for 5 years and then I did 2 CCIs from there while doing the trainings. So that's how it started. Then we realized that, you're good in training. You don't need to go to any company, right? So that's what my skill set. That's what my core skills. Then I realized, I was good at that, delivering the classes and all. Then we have to start our own, like that. So that is the only option, right? When the top training institution cannot afford you, then you have to start your own. So that's a quick background, but let's come back to this. Anyway, questions part, we'll keep it in the last. Okay, so I just want, there are a lot of things I want to share, and don't worry, I'll be doing seminars every month. So I decided to do one seminar every month. So we'll be planning the seminars continuations as well. So it's not like this is only one thing. So self-evaluation is very important. So let me come back to the guy. Not only that guy, there are many students like that we have. So he spent almost 6 months, 7 months, and at the end, he was not even in a position to do CCNA. I made him to sit almost 4 times in a CCNA class. Within 3 months, I realized that. But we understand, the capability of the student. I said, this is something you cannot do it. This is not for you. You cannot do CCNA, MCSE, VMware and all. Not even networking level you cannot do. I suggested him, you just move to different things. Like I have a plan, because that's where I figure out one more course for this kind of people, like CCTV, hardware networking. Normally, I don't focus on hardware networking things. I suggested him, you better do hardware networking, you better do CCTV course, you better do, server administration, cabling, networking, and all. That suits you, because being a graduate, and that too you have a backlogs, and you cannot do CCNA in 6 months. So obviously, you don't want to go into any again non-technical job. That doesn't scale, right? Because here, even if he work for 2 years anywhere, he can start his own setup. He can start his own sales, computer and all repair. So evaluation is very important. Self-evaluation is very important. That is just an example to understand where you are exactly, whether you can take the things or not. Academic background is a different case. You need to also figure out what is your professional experience as well. Especially if you are an experienced guy, then your background experience also you need to consider. You can consider. It's not like you can completely change. Relevant skills also good. You need to figure out what are your skills, what are your strengths, where you are good at, whether you can take it or not. Just like the Java example, you are a BTech graduate and you are not in a position to expertise the Java. Then there's no point in learning Java and spending 6 months, right? Now you need to downgrade. Next, what is the next? Database, maybe .NET, maybe networking, maybe cybersecurity, maybe cloud. These all things. You should not hop around all these things. You have to give time for at least 4 to 6 months on one domain to realize. At least 3 months. Because people, what they do, I don't want to give you an example because you're sitting here. But they do morning, they do cloud computing, and then evening they do cybersecurity, and again they do programming. Yeah, please.
Sir, I want to say sorry to everyone.
Arjun, want to share
I want to say sorry because I just now said, if you are not a motivated learner, with so many lectures with simplified things and they teach you only this much. If you believe in them, then you will end up nothing. But if you find the right lecturer, yes, he is, because I'm here because of him. I'm only the evidence. If you are not a motivated learner, by meeting after that, you are not learning continuously. You're not getting. I just said step away. Taking that word accent, yeah, that is, I should not tell that because you suggested just now. This is the not the right scope, yeah, of your area. Is the right. That's right.
No, that's something we designed for 10 plus people. There are many people around. I'll come to that modules. Anyway, that's not my domain. I'm not going to teach that. Don't worry. I have other people to teach those things. Okay. So these things, courses, recommendation, you need to plan, Again, one more thing, the last point, creating a career development plan. This is very important. Because normally what happens is we do the course, we do learning, not only course. I'm not saying specific course, learning, let's say you are subscribing to some online portal and you want to do, let me take my own example. You do CCNA course, you got the videos, and you just keep on learning, 6 months. Normally CCNA 1.5 month max, expert is 2 months. That's a normal time. The problem is we don't have a clear short-term goals to reach long-term goals. You need to plan what you want to become next 6 months, what you want to do. Okay, so let me take as a fresher, if I consider, let's say you want to start your career in networking or network security or whatever domain. Let's say after 6 months, 8 months, I want to become this. So after 8 months, you want to become this, then what you have to do in this month? And if you want to achieve this in 1 month, what you have to do in this 1 week? And if you want to achieve this in 1 week, what you have to do today? So we don't plan like that. We just keep a long-term goal and we just stick to that, and we don't even achieve the short-term goals. So this is a general kind of thing we need to plan. If I have to complete my course in 2 months, then I have to stick that, okay, in 2 months, I have to complete this, which basically means that I have to complete these things in 1 week. These many hours I have to spend, and this I have to do it in one day. And let's say due to some reason, today, tomorrow, I have a wedding in my family. I missed out 3, 4 days. That's okay. That's normal. You became sick. That's also common. You don't need to worry. So you need to make sure that you cover up in the next week. You cover up in the next week because classes will not stop, right? Daily the trainer is doing the class. Daily you're attending. So 4 days if you miss, normally this happens with many students. They enroll for the course and then 4 days they don't come and they miss the linked topics. And once they miss the linked topics, the next thing what happens is they will not be able to continue the course. They just sit and they finish. That's it, because they don't plan that. So you have to cover up them. Okay, let's say you finish the routing. Let's focus on other topic like that. So short-term goals is very important to achieve the long-term goals. This is something you have to plan. Okay, so let me come back to the questions, if any. Anyway, these are all general things. I'm not getting into any of my courses or these things. I have questions probably if you have any. Now let me quickly give you programs what we have designed. As I said, I have been working on many of the advanced courses been a long time, mostly 5, 6 years. I've been CCI for almost 10 years almost now. I got my 10 year CCI also now, the backside. I was more focused on corporate trainings as well as, CCI level trainings. I still do weekend classes. I have a class to do CCI security probably evening, 7 o'clock today, once I go back from here. Okay, but again, Sunday is the only time I can accommodate where many people can join. That's the only reason I have to do this. So we are still doing, I'm not still doing, even I'm doing some corporate trainings. But what I realize is, the challenge here is at the starting level. So majority of the audience are again at the same position. Okay. I have students who has done 5 years, 10 years before. They are still doing the courses. They are enrolling next level courses. That is something I'm still doing. That's how I'm surviving still. But then I realized, now it's time, since COVID, we stopped offline and we totally focused on online courses. And even I didn't do any CCNA level courses also since that time. We have been focusing on only advanced courses. So now what I tried is now I want to design some specific courses which will improve the job options. And that too totally based on skill set. It's not like, you can get into a job just by doing the courses. Any course, you have to plan those things. So there are 4 different modules we started with. The first one is the basic help desk engineer. That's the first one. Help desk engineer is a kind of a course more suitable for that kind of guys, Even I told him, my cousin, as I said, I told him that, at the end you have to do this. Which basically focus on computer hardware, networking. Still you have those things, right? So this is more suitable for the people who are 10+2, even 10, because there are many people around who are still 10+, not even diplomas, inter pass outs or inter fail, or due to some financial conditions, they could not continue the academics. Okay, so instead of getting into any odd kind of jobs, okay, this is something what we designed, what we can do. Okay, so I'm just only discussing about the courses, what we can do here. Okay. The second one, this is the help desk engineer kind of course, the first one, which mainly focuses on computer hardware networking. So because I started from there only into networking specific. So I thought of, skills and qualifications, even if you're 10+2+, those things. Now, again, here also communication skills plays an important role. Many people ignore that. So parallelly, you have to work on communication skills, especially communicating, whatever the language. So specifically English is okay. If you want to work in MNCs or companies. And the MCSE, the server side. The first one is focusing on computer hardware and networking. This is more suitable for the people who cannot take it, CCN and all. And also we added that CCTV installation. You can see some CCTVs around. We have the complete, one of my friend, my old colleague, he will be delivering these things. He is working on complete solutions on these things. So I asked him to deliver this because our main focus is to accommodate the people who are not highly educated or not even graduates. Okay, so because our youth, just let me tell. So that is one thing. This is more on what your roles. This role, computer maintenance, networking, these all the things, CCTV and all. And what we are focusing on the next two levels. Okay. Let me quickly finish. I think 5-10 minutes I'll finish. I'll come back to the questions after this. Now, after this, we designed three more courses. The first one is a network engineer. Now, this is more on network engineer, the next level which I moved on. So once you have the computer hardware and those kind of skills after my diploma, then I started learning the Microsoft. Of course, Microsoft, now you can say it's more into cloud, Microsoft Azure, that's how it moved on. But still you will see servers installed with these things. So if you want to become a help desk engineer or a network engineer at the level 1, you need to have these three skills. One is networking, which basically covers in your CCNA, the network skills, routing, switching skills. And then this MCSE, the Microsoft covers in your server specializations. Microsoft or Linux. Linux, it's very difficult, a command line and all, unless you get an expertise in that. So we don't suggest that. And VMware, this is more into virtualization. Because most of the servers nowadays, all the servers moves into virtual. There's no dedicated server. We create virtual machines. And we do this. So that's how it is. Now, this can be a first step. I'm not saying you will stuck with this. You basically stuck with this, but you will keep on moving. Let's say you got an opportunity to move into the network side. Then you can advance your skills after 1 or 2 years into CCNP level, learning some network security things. And let's say if you get an opportunity to work on a virtual side, virtual VM kind of thing, then you can move your profile into data center. So out of these three skills, any one you have to expertise and you have to go deep dive into that. That's important again. Okay, so you cannot stick to these things, but that is a kind of a first level you start with. Again, the next one is network L1, L2 engineer. Now, this is more on the network side. So here we are not getting into server. We are not getting into virtualization. We are completely deep diving into the networking side. Network routing, switching, security. That's a main thing here. Again, here we'll be covering CCNA, CCNP modules, covering in 6 months, 8 months duration, with on-job training kind of thing, where we'll document some mock labs, which will be more kind of a real-time scenario. So more suitable for the graduates or any BTechs, BEs, that's more suitable for them because they can manage and cope up with these things. And finally, there is one more, network security. Like I said, if you want to make your expertise on network security domain, then you can learn the CCNA networking skills. Networking is basic. Even if you want to go to cyber security also, without networking, you cannot go. Networking is foundations. That can be like, I can say CCNA is a foundation for all nowadays. CCNA certification was a big thing 15 years before, but now that's a minimum skill you need to have. Currently, that is a minimum skill you need to have. And where you learn some firewalls and all. And obviously, once you learn this, now you can also move to cyber security or those kind of things. But anyway, CCN is the first step for majority of the things. That's the first step. And then you can move on to cyber security or information security, you can say network security, where you learn about the firewalls and all. Okay. Of course, these are all advanced programs. So once you have experience, now these are advanced programs are only suitable when you have 2 to 5 years of experience. Normally not suitable for everyone. So if you're already working on network security or if you're working on a routing switching domain and you want to move to the next level to network security, then you have the different programs like multi-vendor network security, where you learn multiple firewalls, or network automation. Again, someone asked like, what will be the role of AI or automation, these kind of things. You can automate. You can develop some scripts with Python programming in network security. We have a dedicated program called Python programming for network engineers. And then we have a Cisco Ansible for automation. And then we have a DevNet separate track from Cisco. This is all part of that automation. Cloud computing is something you can add. Again, many people ask, there's a good scope for cloud computing. Where exactly the cloud exists? On the network only, right? But on the network only, the cloud exists. Cloud doesn't exist on the cloud. On the top of network, top of servers, and applying some security and all, these all kind of linked with each other. So, because many people directly jump into the cloud without knowing the basics of networking, that's where again they face the challenge. They do cloud, Amazon, Azure. I know many people, many of my old friends also, having 10 years of experience, they moved on to the cloud without networking backgrounds. Still, they are not working anywhere. The reason is you lack the foundations. Because cloud hosting, that's good, you can go to DevOps and all, in-depth, deep dive on that, and still you can get into a job. I'm not saying that is not possible, but just learning basics, that's not going to help you. Again, these are all advanced kind of things. Okay. Clear? So let me just come back to the questions. We'll try to wind up in the next half an hour, but I'll try to quickly see any questions from here. Yeah, I'll be sharing the video on the YouTube. It's already live streaming. I have more than 100 participants attending or watching online. So please share the questions if there is any. We'll go one by one. Yeah, it mentions the real-time program training, real-time job training. Now, basically, we are dividing all the programs into two parts. One is normal training, and the second is real-time training with placements. Now, that is totally on-job training means in on-job. See, one of the major problem many people face. Let me conclude this one. After training, you do the courses, but after training, the problem is you need someone to guide, someone to mentor, and there is a lot of gap between the skills and the job. There's a huge gap between the skills and the job. So simply doing the course, simply adding the skill set is not sufficient. So you need to know how you can crack the interviews, how you can clear them. Of course, you need to have the communication skills also. It's not like, if I ask you, let's say, what is the difference between OSPF and EHRP and why we prefer OSPF means, you should be in a position to tell. Like how I can tell. Then only you will be able to get into a job, right? So simply learning, doing the labs, and implementing EHRP, OSPF, that's not going to help you. Okay. So you need to tell, okay, OSPF is widely used because it's a standard protocol, and also it supports unlimited number of hops. Okay. Why you prefer OSPF over EHRP? You need to tell the reasons. Again, it's not a proprietary, so you can run on any Cisco, non-Cisco devices. And again, there are some drawbacks. Okay, what are the drawbacks means again? So the questions comes from the answers. The interview will not again ask you different question, different slide. So that preparation is very important. And many people ignore that part, preparing for certifications. Because preparing for certifications will automatically prepare for interviews. Many people don't do that. They just go somewhere and get the certification done from a proxy and all, and expect that they will get into a job with a certificate. That's not possible. He will ask you where you get, especially in Hyderabad also, it's famous for that also. So these are the things many people do. Again, that's where we guide, okay? That's where we guide the students. You need to bridge the gap, we mentor them. And of course, there will be a tailored roadmap will always be there. So the roadmap is not same for everyone. Even the last year I started these counseling sessions also. We did some paid counseling sessions for many experienced people. Even I have the playlist on my YouTube channel as well, where we have people working for more than 10 years. They need career guidance as well. What to do, what next to do, these are all the things. That's where we come up with all these things, okay? Okay, so basically at the end, whatever the programs we design, that is more equivalent to your experience. That's something I can guarantee, because we documented some mock labs, which is more kind of a similar production network kind of scenarios. Like in OSPF, I have a lab with 15 routers, which is more kind of production network. You have everything in that. And even there are some troubleshooting videos I record, troubleshooting scenarios we document. These are all the things are there. And personally, I'll be doing all these sessions. So that's the other thing. So let me take the questions. I think I'm done with these things. So what you gain, these are all the things what you can see on the screen. Those are all the things what I'll be doing here. Let me come with the 3.5 years of experience. How is that we move to the cloud? See again, if you have a 3.5 years of network experience, the first thing, let me come to this question here from Abdul Samir Khan. See, what you have to do, it totally varies from individuals. Like, take an example. Let's say this Abdul Samir, he is working in a company for more than 3.5 years. Now he want to move to cloud. The first question is, why you want to move to the cloud? Are your seniors working in the cloud? That's the question. So if your seniors are working, making more money, or in working in a cloud, you have to learn those things. Because simply you move to the cloud and you don't have an experience, then how you survive in the market? What experience will you show? So for this guy, what I suggest is first figure out what your seniors are doing. Maybe your senior is working for more than 5 years, working in a network security background, let's say. Just an example, he's managing the firewalls, he's managing the FI load balancer, he's managing the FortiGate firewall. You have to add those skills. And once you learn those skills, then you have to add those skills to your profile and ask the company to move to that level. Now I have these skills. Now I want my company to move my profile from network engineer or networking to network security. Now there are two possibilities. Either your company will move you to the profile, then you get experience, do job for 1 year, get the experience, exit, it will become 5 years. Then almost your package is 40 to 50% high easily. That's the thing. The second thing, if the company don't allow you to do it, mingle with seniors, try to gain knowledge, try to gain what they do, all these things. And once you get those things, again, exit the company, apply as a network security engineer, complete profile, because you have been seeing those firewalls and all those things. You know how the design is, you just need to get some idea on that. Again, you're adding 5 years of experience and getting into a different job, different company, maybe after 6 months. Again, 30 to 40% high easily. So that's how you have to plan. These are all the things you will find in the counseling. I have a separate playlist seminars I did some counseling sessions with many of my students. I'll share the link in the community probably. I think that probably summarize the things. I hope this is clear. Let me come back to the next. I don't have any background networking, no degree, no experience, but I recently shifted my career and passed CCNA. But I want to start cybersecurity. Could you guide me some paths? See, basically, the first thing you need to figure out why you want to do cybersecurity. Because many people do cybersecurity, cloud, these are more fancy terms. Everyone want to adopt that, but that's not easy. Getting into cybersecurity is not easy. We have Arjun here. So he has. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Arjun is saying. He's already working in cybersecurity. So directly jumping into cybersecurity is not an easy task, especially to be frank. If you want to become a cybersecurity expert, you need to get used to the spending 18 to 20 hours on system. And you have to be an academic background with kind of a degree where you are used to programming little bit skills. If you're a fresher, then you are used to a little bit of coding and all. Or if you're not a fresher, then you all need to have some background networking experience and some firewall experience. Then you can, depending upon the opportunity, you can move. See, when you're working, you need to look for the opportunity. If you have an opportunity, then you have to move. And if you're a fresher, then you can figure out whatever the path you want. And that too based on the interest, based on the market. But if you're working already, if you have responsibilities, you cannot simply say, I want to jump into cybersecurity or I want to jump into cloud. Because it's not possible to survive unless you have an experience. Who will take you as a fresher without experience? Okay. Anyway, I'll reply all these things later on. We have a community where you can post as well. I'm learning from free resources from Cisco FortiGate, so I need to do global certification, CEH and all firewalls, and yeah, that will be enough. So if you want to get into certified ethical hacking kind of things, you need to. I think Arjun can tell. Of course, CCNA.
Our part is, I was also in 2005, I failed a diploma and I wasted 1 year in 2005. I've done the hardware and hardware only. Installations of systems, cards, graphic cards, things, connections, everything done. Next, what I have to do? Then I went to okay, Java, something programming. I spent 500 to something amount of rupees, only 2 to 3 days. Okay, this is how I'm not. I'm not getting it. What is the comma where we are starting? What is the comment? What is the program? No, I'm not the right person. Then, okay, I want to be a hacker. I want to be a hacker. Then what is path now? Okay, maybe networking.
Yeah.
I might be.
No, that's okay.
No.
We can.
It is a different path actually. Hacking is a different path.
Certified. That is different thing.
What's his name? Muhammad?
Asar Mohammed. Asar Mohammed is one of our.
Azhar Muhammad. Now, getting into the networking is a very good step.
I'm just sharing
Yeah,
that question.
R&S is the really excellent base. What is the packet? What is the BPD use? How the packet switches? How the packet route? How the people take the right path to the destination? So here, next is the security. But even I don't ever suggest to directly jump into CH. No, that is not at all correct. Let us, there is a trace route. How trace route works, which protocol it takes, whether it is ICMP or UDP, which system takes which protocol. Trace route. Windows takes ICMP, Linux systems take UDP. Hop by hop, until you reach the destination. Where I have learned in CEH, but before that, what is the ICMP protocol? How the trace route works? We can learn in the CCNA security. It is not that much extensive in CEH. So this is how the path. Nothing. He is the one. I would say. See, I'm not reading ground state. No, fact. Sir, get some videos, sir. Already recorded videos of R&S. The path I'm telling you. Next is CCNA security, if possible. Have only the Surinder sir's classes, CCNA security, and then if you want to get into the cyber security, CH is the right path. Then like that. And OSCP, offensive security certified professional. There you will get all the hacking related things there, not in CEH as well. CEH only tells how to protect your systems. That's it. How many ways are there to exploit you? It will tell, but it will not tell how to hack the things. No. OSCP is the next part. So, okay, listen, if you are fond about being a hacker, so again, the core programming knowledge has to be there. In addition to that, because we from network security we have the IDS, IPS, firewalls to block the things, but there are honeypots where the offensive security people can evade that firewalls, IDS, IPS, or anything. So that is a difference. So programming plus network security, then only you will be a hacker. So
Anyway, yeah, thanks. See, basically, let's move to the next question here. Next question: which CCNP specialization I want? Because majority of the people attending, they are already done CCNA. They have been working. Okay, so might be there are few freshers here, but majority of the, like I said, majority of the audience, what we get, they are already working for 3 to 5 years. That's how it is. Now, which CCNP specialization should I take? That totally depends on, again, two things. I cannot say which is, because if you're working, then basically I cannot say interest, because when you're working, your interest doesn't matter much, because you have to make your interest, because interest comes automatically when you have a scope, right? So that you can make it. So now the first thing again here, if you're already working, then again you have to see your seniors, the same answer. All most of the answers, if you go with a playlist on my channel, you'll find playlist. Generally, they do some paid counselings to plenty of people. There are counseling sessions which I added. So overall revolves around this. So which CCNP you have to specialize totally depends on what skill set you want to acquire to get into a company in a senior level or to get into a better job. Okay, so if you're already working on a CCNA, then maybe you can opt for security if you want to add security skill set, assuming that you have a company, your company have firewalls, your company using VPNs, and your company doing this, then you can opt for security. But let's say if your company is using BGP, MPLS, these kind of technologies, OSPF, then you have to jump into the enterprise, CCNP enterprise. If your company is working in a data center, then you have to learn ACI, Nexus, because if you're working for a data center company, then this is what you have to specialize. See, totally specialization of the CCNP totally depends upon where you work. Okay. So anyway, I'll move to the next questions here. So if you come, yeah. Yeah, see. Okay.
So I want to learn about cloud building there. What is the suggestion and guidance? What is
What is
storage?
See, the question is actually he is already working in networking and he want to do cloud. The same thing, I think already I answered this.
Want to be a network and cloud, right? Or only cloud? Yeah, that means network security. So what is the
Now, why you want to, the question, first question comes, why you want to go to cloud network security? So
let me tell you one thing. We have the physical Cisco box here and the cables attached to it, the power or the data cables attached to whatever may be the cables and the fiber optic cables or the FSPs. SFP, small form factor, something, I forgot that. For the SFPs. Okay. I think so. I'm still trying to recollect it. Yeah, then you are placing the same firewall, Cisco, FortiGate, Palo Alto, Sonic, Dell Sonic Wall, whatever it will be, into the cloud, that's it. The same functionality is there. If you don't want these market firewalls, again, the cloud will provide you a generic firewall with a generic stateful firewall. That's it. But if you want an advanced protection, again, you need to deploy a VM or some firewall, whether it is Cisco firewall, whether it is Palo Alto, whatever it is, into the cloud. That's the same functionality. The cloud here is you are understanding the portal, whether it is Azure, whether it is AWS, whether it is Google Cloud. That's only the navigation of portal, how to build the infrastructure into the cloud, how the paths are, how the VNets are, and how those VNets are aligned to these firewalls, how the traffic is passing them. That's it. The cloud is nothing. It is just a portal. Extensively, the building infrastructure, management infrastructure, cloud architect is the next thing. We don't need that. If you want to be only into cloud, then I would suggest later, but that is not important.
see, basically the question was like working on networking, wanted to do cloud security. See, cloud security, whatever the security you apply, that's what Arjun want to say. Whatever the security you apply, it is done through specific security devices like firewalls and all. So now, again, when you go with a firewalls, now there are two possibilities. Firewalls can be either a physical box or it can be hosted on a virtual on a cloud. See, that's what. At the end, you are going to learn the security means This is a backend again. See, network security is a backend for all these things. So if you want to move to any kind of security, you need to know the roadmap of your seniors. Like I said, your seniors are working on this. Now find out what is the roadmap. They should know, because it's not like within overtime, last year they was working on networking and suddenly they got into cloud security, or suddenly they got CCIE, suddenly they got, 10% hike. It's not like that. Suddenly he went to UK. It's not like that, right? So there is a roadmap and a plan what he approaches. So you need to approach, and that's how it is. Okay. So if you want to be like them, then you need to know the entire roadmap and the efforts and the time investment, all these things, what they made. The same thing, one of our students again asked, I want to, one of my colleague, one of my friend's son, he's earning, let's say 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs per annum, and he's doing on job on cloud, and I want to do AWS, all these things. I asked him, what is his age? He's much older than 10 to 12 years. Means at the point when he started, what he did, and in the roadmap next 5-6 years, what he did, how much he invested on the courses, which courses he did, what kind of job roles he did. People forget these things. Even my friends, when I did my CCIE, when I started, people realize, you make money. They said, I will also do CCIE. I said, you are a BCom background, you are an accountant, and you are just surviving on it. And how you can become a CCIE? You should know the 10 years of roadmap, what I did. That makes a difference. It's not like overnight, you see me standing here and doing some courses and doing, making money, or, you buy something, flat and all. People see these things, but they don't see the hard work, what you put in, the 10 years roadmap. So that's something you have to work on it. I think we are on. So what is the roadmap for, let me come back one by one question. I'll share the screen here so that at least, see, roadmap will vary based on individuals, as I said. There will be a common roadmap for everyone, but it will also vary based on your academics, based on your experience, based on your skill set, based on what your mind can take it. I've given one example for that also. These all things matters. So we blindly follow my friend. He did my BTech with me, college graduate, and after 5 years, you see him doing something great. Then you realize, I also want to do the same thing. But you have to see the struggle or the efforts, what he put in 5 years to reach there. Maybe he did a lot of investment to reach that place. That might be the case. Okay, so roadmap will vary, as I said. That will do individually. As I said, that can be done individually. I do personal constants as well. So we'll share those details. What's the roadmap for the networking? Again, as I said, the roadmap on the networking, if you want to network, again, there are 4 different modules I already discussed. You can start from anywhere. Now you need to figure out where you want to land out of these 4, especially network security. These are the 4 modules what we offer. Depending upon what your mind can take, what is your academic background, how many months you want to spend, how much you want to invest, these things will vary. How much you want to earn also matters, right? You want to earn more and you're doing L1 course, that's not going to make any difference. You start with 15, 20,000. You want to make 50,000 means you have to also invest on it. See, the problem is people invest 4 years of graduation, spending lakhs of rupees in a graduation. They don't even ask the management graduation that you didn't provide me a skill set to get into a job. But when we do training for 6 months and we charge a minimum fees, not only me, any training institutions, you ask them, I want to get into a job. This is the case with my students also. They enroll for the course, they do the CCNA, CCNP course, they enroll for the 6-month program. And when I ask them the basic interview questions, they are not in a position to answer. Then they ask me, okay, you said you will guarantee me a job. I did not guarantee any job. No one will guarantee. So it's your skill set which will guarantee you. You have to put the efforts. And our job is to give the right direction and make sure that whatever the efforts you put in, it is in the right direction. Because everyone put efforts. Who is not putting the efforts? Even if you take any labor, he's also working for 8 to 10 hours, right? He's also putting his own efforts. So you have to know, because our job is to make sure that whatever the efforts you are putting, it is in a right direction. That's what we mentor. We don't follow you. We don't see whether you are attending or not. We don't see whether you are doing the labs or not. That's not my job. Okay, I'm not running any college where you have to make you to pass. Okay. So that's the thing. This is a kind of a common question for all. Let me come back to the next. I'll try to share. Can you share all the modules what with advanced training? Now, advanced training is more applicable for the people who are already working for 2+ years. Okay, so there are plenty of other modules. I think you can connect with us on the WhatsApp. Will guide you. Most of the advanced courses, because I don't want to market my courses here. There are many advanced courses that again vary based on your skill set. Like I said, that we can discuss one-to-one. You can discuss with our on the office members as well. Let me share the next question here. I think some people can see the question. The network engineer job description. Most of the companies looking for engineers with a network, cloud, programming, virtualization skills. Do you really need to learn all of the skill set to get into a job? So obviously, the more skills you have, the more you are in the market, the more you can compete, the more chances you get into a job, right? So academics percentages, that's only help you to get an interview call. Certifications, academic percentages, I'm a 90% graduate, I'm an 80%, 70%, these things, I'm a CCNA certified, I have a Microsoft certification. These all the things only help you to get an interview call. But once you are there, you need to prove your skills, obviously. Then he will not see you whether you are a graduate or not. He will not see whether you are certified or not. The skills matters. The more skills you have, the more you can survive. But again, the skills also should be relevant. It's not like you are learning cloud and you're also learning networking. Slightly relevant, okay, good with networking. And again, programming. Programming is only required if you want to. With networking, you don't need any programming skills. You don't need any programming skills. If you're a graduate, you did from programming in the college, you know some basic programming that will help you in the future if you want to do automation of the networking, automation of your security, automation of your cloud, automation of your cloud or automation of your data centers. You have products, you can run the scripts, you can build your own script. That's where it will help you. That will be an additional skill set, which will make you better than others. Okay, so you don't need to, relevant skills are important. That's what I want to say here. Let me come to the next question. What I feel is as per the demand in the market, you can decide what you want to learn. There's no point in learning a thing now and you see it's not in demand in the market. See, obviously you need to decide what is required. But how you will decide that? That's the question, right? The question is what I feel in demand in the market. So obviously you're not the only one who is thinking about the demand, right? There are millions of people who also thinking the same way, and there are thousands of people applying for the same job. So whatever you learn, you have to learn at the expertise level. Simply learning will not help you, because at the end they will hire you 2 to 4 people only max. So you have to be out of those 2 to 4 means you have to be an expert in all those things. One more question. I think Samir Khan, just the continuation of what he asked. I have done my CCNA, CCNP, sir, because most of these questions might be correlated with you as well. That's the only reason I have to answer all these things. 3.5 years of experience, like he said, and he is working network support, checkpoint firewall, ACI, also now having. What will you suggest to moving on? Again, this requires detailed understanding of your experience. Like I said, you are doing all this. You see, one of the first thing you need to do is you need to expertise the skills what you already working on. This is one of the major problem with many of the working people. They are working on like in this case with Abdul Samir Khan. So he's working on a networking, he's working on SD-WAN, he's working on checkpoint firewall. Let's say you're moving on a different company, applying for a new job. What happens? They will not think that you have been working on a checkpoint firewall. They don't expect you to know everything. They still question you on the checkpoint firewall because you have been showing experience on it. You have been showing experience on SD-WAN. They will ask you on it because many people show fake experience also, right? Many people show experience, but they never worked on it. It's a part of a network because profiles. Even you take yourself. Will you build the exact same profile what you are doing, or you build better profile, adding additional skill set even if you don't work? Obviously, everyone will do, right? So they test those skills. So many people make the mistake, like they don't expertise the skills, what they're already working on. That's the first step. Then you need to add on skills, other things. That's the second step. So I suggest you to expertise on ACI, expertise on SD-WAN and checkpoint firewall, FI load balancers. Try to go in deep dive, take any course or do some video trainings. If you're already working, video trainings will help you. No need to enroll for the course because it's still the same thing. A deep dive on troubleshooting skills or day-to-day things. That's going to help you in this case. Again, the same thing. I'm a beginner. Next question. Let me come back. I'm a beginner engineer, BE engineer, totally in a telecommunications field. Work in L2 NOC engineer. Can you please tell me what? So again, what courses you need to do? It totally depends on two things. What is your whatever the company you're working in? What are the other technologies which is in your company and which you don't know? Try learning those things. That's the only thing you have to do. So what you have to do is, let's say you're working for a company as a level 2 engineer, NOC engineer. Now you definitely company have a firewalls. Definitely they have some load balancers. Definitely they might be implementing some other cloud. Maybe they are using some AWS to host their firewalls or host their devices. So add those skill set. So once you add those skill set, that will help you again to move to the next level, maybe to level 3 or move to a different company. That's how it helps. It's common for everyone. There's nothing separate roadmap. Let me come back. Any questions you can just quickly post here. I have 5 years of experience and my focus is to clear CCI SP in this year. I don't have prior certifications. What do you suggest? Directly go. See, now you can do CCI exam directly without any CCNA, CCNP. You can do it. And doing CCI, majority of the CCI doing, there are 2 prerequisites. Many people do CCI for 2 reasons. One is, if you're working in a company for more than 5 years, 10 years, and you are a manager of a company, then probably you feel like, there are some new people are doing CCI specifically. So to do that, that is one case. Obviously, there will be a company hike as well if you're doing a CCI. And also the company will increment the salary if you're a CCI because they will get additional bonus discounts on products like gold partners. If you're working for a company, they will associate your CCI to apply for gold partners where they get a huge discounts. So if your company is insisting you to do CCI and if they're sponsoring, you can do it. Of course, they will also get expert commitment because at the end the company is sponsoring. If you're working for Cisco, then Cisco will sponsor your 3 CCIs. They'll sponsor you. They will pay your 3 CCIs also. But let's say if you're doing for your own, then you need to figure out, because the service provider track has limited scope in general, to be frank. Service provider has a limited scope. If you're working for a service provider, let's say in India, you have a bigger service provider, let's say Tata or Railtel or, these kind of providers. If you're already working, there's no bigger provider here. So the scope is limited because you can move to another service provider only. Because you learn MPLS, you learn BGP, and these technologies are only used in service providers. Of course, L2 VPN, L3 VPN. So you have only scope on service providers only. That's the problem. So if you're adding any other skill set, because if you're moving to a data center or if you're moving to any other domain, let's say security skill set, then you will have a wide scope because there are more data center options, security options will be available. Okay. I think more on this, I can explain one-to-one. That will be more better. Because once I understand your basic prerequisite, I can do it. I've been working as an IT engineer, as a network engineer. Can you please advise what courses? See, obviously you have to learn. Now, which courses means, I cannot say my courses only, but obviously when you're working as a network IT engineer, recently joined as a network engineer, means network engineer, if you're doing, then CCNA is the first step. You have to get into CCNA. And after that CCNA, the next step will be, it depends on whether that company already has a scope or not. Because most of these IT engineer, network engineer kind of roles, they just have a small router and a small LAN setup with a 50 to 100 computers. and your job is to manage your computers, your job is to do some cabling, your job is to manage the Wi-Fi router, these things, there's no scope there. That's the end. You cannot learn anything new there. So what you have to do is you need to add some additional skill set like CCNA and some firewall or maybe CCNP skill set and jump to the company, different company, because that's the end of your career. There's no hike, there's no learning also. So always remember, if there is a company where the salary is less, but there is a scope for learning, like you have a bigger network, you have a firewalls, you have a data center, you are also connecting with MPLS or many things, you learn many, your seniors, there's a wide scope, then it's recommended to spend 2 to 3 years on that company, even though there's a less package, because you learn and you learn more. Rather than a company where like when I applied for one company long time, when I used to apply for jobs, I got an opportunity as a system network admin role kind of thing. The same role, what he's actually discussing about. It's a big MNC, high-tech city, cap facility, 15 years before, that is a royal kind of thing, this kind of things. So, but I didn't go for it because the reason is there's no scope. That's the end of the road. That's the end of the road. You might get increments every year, 2 years, 5 years, and you don't need to learn anything. You just spend good time in the company. But that's the end of the road. You don't learn anything new because you have to manage the computers, you have to manage one or two routers and just one firewall. That's it. That's it. But if you work for IT solution companies, then I got an opportunity to work for IT solution company. Service, offering services to many other companies like you have TCS, you have Tech Mahindra, you have these companies. They are actually providing service to many companies like banks. The banks, they don't have. So they manage the banks, they manage the government organizations like TCS manage that. Now they have hundreds of clients. Every client have a different network, different setup, different topology. That's where you learn. So obviously that's something you need to decide on. I think there are a couple of more questions before we wind up. 10 minutes, I think. Any more questions? I'll share my email address. You can share it over there. Senior network engineer with 8 years of experience. Came across firewalls. I worked mostly on wireless devices. Due to this, I cannot be able to crack interviews today because they demand what could be the solution for my problem. This requires personal counseling actually, because I need to understand the background of many things. Okay, I cannot simply conclude this answer in one. But at the end, if you are unable to crack the interviews, means at the end, skill set matters. Skills, you need to upgrade. Came across the firewalls, cloud, on demand, these things. But the question is, I worked in mostly wireless devices. Wireless controllers, WLCs. Now again, you need to add additional skill set. What is required? I think that's something we'll do. Okay. So anyway, I'll share my email address later on. You can just send your queries. We can do little bit. I can guide you that little bit later because here, as everyone is waiting for the answers, so I cannot. Did CCNA and where should I do CCNP, CCI? Should I move on advanced skills? Currently working on network monitoring. See, network monitoring, that is more on the level 1. Now you need to advance yourselves to level 2, obviously, because you have been doing monitoring and visibility, learning some Linux shell scripting. Now, again, the same thing here, the same answer. You need to see what are the other things running in your company network, what your engineers are doing, what firewalls they are using, what routers they are using, what technology they are using, OSPF, MPLS, BGP, those kind of things. You need to add those skill sets. Same, you need to add those skill set and get into the level 2 in the same company, work for 1 year again, and try to learn as much as you can. And once you are end of the road, switch the company. That's it. Add additional courses. Before you switch, again, learn firewall, add some additional skill set, then only switch the company. That's how you have to do. A recorded seminar, I'll be sharing that. Finally, there's one more question. I'm working for a service provider, running some traffic, TS, TS, MPLS, BGP, to VPN. Can I get any classes on how to do TS now? See, basically, we have the specific service courses, SP, CCNP, CCI. Probably that will suit your requirement. But anyway, I'll be sharing my email. Probably you can drop in your email, anything. You can get in touch on the office number. It shall say, I think it's on the poster. 703682634. So that's where we are on WhatsApp. You can also get in touch with us. Age matters or experience matters. Skill set matters, obviously. Skilled with experience matters, obviously. Okay. You need to have the skills. Just skills will not help you. For beginner, it's okay, but experience. Yep.
Age matters, experience matters.
Yeah, the question is like age matters, experience matters.
Experience matters.
Yeah.
When I met you, my age was 29.
Okay.
28, 29.
Yeah.
But my salary is only 15,000. Only 15,000.
Starting at the time.
Yes. Later on, yeah, I studied CCMA, RNS, CCMA security, CCMA from sorry. Next, can we RNS? And later on, I shifted to one of the company that's a great company, that's before AWS in the market. That's serves it. It's very huge network. 255 rows. 45 rows, 6 OSS, 5 more excellent. But I missed the power over there. Now the DNAT, SNATs, source NAT, destination NATs, how the traffic flows. Was completely confused. How this work? So I tried to reach out to seniors, ask them, okay, I got some information. Then somehow chit-chatting with people. See, this is important. Chit-chatting with the colleagues. They are 5 years younger than me and earning double than me. And they are learning from me. Age matters. Again, I'm telling you, age matters. They are younger than me. They are earning double than me. Then study well, shift. That's how it matters. That is the reason I just asked you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, age, it really depends on the skill set, what you acquire.
because continuous learning is important to cross all the obstacles, to cross to stand up here. That is, if you sit idle, if you are something, you don't upskill or don't learn, that is, then you will be there. That's it.
Okay. Let me take some questions. If there is any, you can unmute. If you have any questions, you can just unmute and come up quickly.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Yeah, hi, Chaitanya.
Yeah. Sir, actually, I'm working for one of the service provider, Vodafone Idea.
Okay.
Actually, before when I started my career, I worked in a transmission side.
Okay.
A transmission side. From last 2.5 years, I have worked as a L1 engineer. From actually, where is my problem is recently I started my career as a L2 engineer in Vodafone Idea. Actually, I'm stuck in in troubleshooting level. L2 in the sense we have to troubleshoot the issues, right?
Yeah.
I'm stuck in mostly we will use the connectivities like L2 VPN and L3 VPN and internet links. Mostly we will work on MPLS and BGP. Just can I have any classes for troubleshooting related, sir? To know what the exact issues and all.
Yeah. See, basically the thing is, the question is Chaitanya has been working in a provider company. That's what it says. Let me just quickly repeat the question here. Started with L1 transmission side and also currently working as a level 2 engineer in a Vodafone. Probably
Yes, yes.
he's just facing an issue with the troubleshooting and all. Looking
Yes,
for
yes. Troubleshooting the customer related issues like browsing issues and
See,
application related issues.
real-time troubleshooting is something you learn in the company itself. So no one
Okay.
actually teaches you, but to understand that and to understand and do the
Yeah, to
troubleshooting,
understand the concepts.
you need to know the concepts. You need to understand the concepts.
Yes, yes.
So you need
For
to,
that, I'm
yeah. We have a specific designated courses for MPLS and BGP. You can either opt for
okay.
training videos, where we have a CCNP expert level service product technologies we do. We have
Yeah,
those
recently,
things. So
last month also, I have completed
you
my
can, yeah,
CCNP
you
based on
can get in touch probably on
in
the
Noah
WhatsApp
itself.
number.
In Noah itself.
Yeah,
In Noah
yeah.
itself, I completed my course.
Yeah, you can do that. Probably I'll try to document some labs on the MPLS because I didn't document any labs or mock labs on the MPLS completely, like troubleshooting and all.
Okay.
But definitely I'm working on it. Hopefully we'll get back on this as well. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Satish, sir.
Yeah, Satish.
Yeah, actually, I changed my domain, and
Okay.
my age factor is little bit more considered when I'm working as an L1,
Okay.
because previously I worked as an different domain, and I did
Okay.
my CCNA certification. Afterwards, through a lot of struggles, I got L1 engineer level.
Okay. Okay.
My juniors are already who are working as L1 is already earning more, and my age factor is little bit more compared to them. They're much younger than me. And here, what I am, my what is your suggestion, sir? My thinking is that to keep my age level and my experience level, I want to do CCMP or firewall certain and escalate. So my age level and my skill set matches, even though my experience is less. Like that, I'm thinking, sir.
What is your age right now?
37.
Our experience
Experience I have 1.5.
1.5.
Currently, I'm
Uh,
working.
okay, currently you're working. See, currently you're working means again, the thing is you need to add additional skill set. See, at the end, continuous learning is very important. So now the
Okay.
good thing about you is you're already working as a L1 engineer, which means you already got a breakthrough, which is very difficult at this age normally. People
Okay.
generally don't consider once you are 30 plus, it's very difficult unless you are highly skilled and all.
Okay.
So that's the thing. But now the question is you need to add the skill set which
Okay.
you can manage because as you move on, maybe for the next 1-2 years, you might have to. Is there any scope for level 2 engineer in your same company?
Yes. 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 It is there.
Then simple, move to the level 2, learn the technologies and move to the level 2, either within the same company or move to a different company with a level 2 profile.
I'm not working as a permanent employee, so that one I
So,
am not sure
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's
So if you're not permanent, then anytime you can
yeah.
go
So
outside. So that's the reason, keep learning. Just share the skill set, what
okay.
they are doing. Accordingly, you have to plan. Let's
Okay.
say what are the skill set? Let's say if they are using some FortiGate firewalls and they have some
Yes.
let's say BGP protocol
Zscaler
connecting to
they're
service
using.
pod and Zscaler, whatever,
Yeah.
you need to add those skill set.
Yeah. Okay.
So this skill
Okay.
set you need to add. You
Fine.
need to add, and then either you move within the company or move outside the company and apply for the same L2 profile with an L2 profile. L2 profile
Okay.
job you have to add with 2+ years experience, let's say. If you
Sure.
complete in
Sure.
6 months, you need to add the skill set and add 2+ years of experience and move to the different company.
Okay. Azure and cloud also it is there for me, so I can go for Azure cloud technology and FortiGate firewall learning.
Yeah, yeah. You
Tell
can
me.
add those skill set. That will be an additional added skill set. See, to
Okay.
be frank, cloud skill set and all, this will be an added skill set because at the end you will be implementing all these things on the cloud environment or on the physical
Okay.
environment.
Okay.
So
And
your
later on, I
core,
can go for
yeah,
CCNP.
later on you can plan. CCNP is not required. That depends on your profile again, as I said.
Okay.
That totally depends on your profile and the requirement. If your company is running DMVPN or VPNs, and if your company is running
Okay.
routing and switching, then you go to
Yeah.
CCNP Enterprise. If your company is running firewalls,
Okay.
not much routing switching, then there's no need to do CCNP Enterprise, right? There's no point. So
Okay.
that's how you have to decide.
Okay. Okay. I'll come and meet you, sir, once. it's
Yeah,
possible.
sure. You can. Just...
Thank you.
Sir, you will be available in Hyderabad itself. Sir.
I will be available, but in office I'll be available only once in a week. So you can.
Okay, okay, fine.
So probably you can let
Yes,
us
sir.
know. Probably our admin will be guiding for all these things.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
This is Rohit, sir.
Yeah, right.
Sir, actually, I talked to you on WhatsApp, sir, regarding that CCNA, CCNB new courses, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
Rohit,
actually,
I think security, right? We discussed
yeah,
about security.
yes, sir. Actually, sir, I'm working from 2012 to 2018, but
Okay.
somehow reason in family issues, I am.
I think we can discuss all this on the WhatsApp, right? You can give me a call. You have my number, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll discuss on this because I need to, like I said, I already told you to share your profile, but you didn't
Okay,
share till
sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
Because
Now I am
unless and
going
until
to.
I see your profile, how I can suggest you, right?
Okay,
Because I
sir.
need to
Okay.
know your background, education, the
Yes, sir.
experience, and all these things. Those are the things I have to consider before I come up. Even if you are doing any counseling one-to-one, because whatever the points I said, these are all general, common kind of things.
Yes, sir.
But again, there will be a one-to-one kind of mentorship required depending upon your background, experience, and your skill set, location. These are all matters. Where you want to go, that also
Yes, sir.
matters. So I suggest you share your profile on WhatsApp. Probably once I go through, I can suggest you the best thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I've seen like most of the candidates. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever they are asking the questions, as per their company scenarios, you are guiding them. Okay, you can enhance your skill in those field only. So
Yeah.
what I feel is like, as per the market requirement, we need to upgrade our skills. So, do you think like now in the market, like CCNA, CCNP, like how many courses are there? But now
Yeah.
the trend is artificial intelligence, full stack developer, data science. All these things are in more demand.
Okay.
So, which has got a high paying scale also as compared to CCNA and CCNP.
Yeah.
So, my age is now 48, and I'm working as an IT manager in one of the foundations
Okay.
where I'm handling 23 schools.
Okay.
But there is no scope of growth in that. So,
Yeah.
do you think at this age I change my domain to AI and data science?
Yeah.
Will that work?
So you want to change to these things.
Yes, sir.
See, again, I'm not sure about these things, to be frank. Of course, there is a AI everywhere. That's something. But these things, I think you can correlate with your background because I cannot tell anything much on this. But again, as I said, if you're moving on to the networking side, I can guide you. Because whatever the things I overall discussed, this is more on based on my expertise. Because I cannot tell you much on this, even on this. For graduates, maybe you can know if you're a fresher graduate, you can say, okay, AI is having something like this, data science is there. You can approach these domains. But again, that varies based on individuals as well, whether they can take it on.
No, even cyber security is more in demand.
See, demand is everywhere. It all depends on the skill set, like I said. If you're moving on to the different domain, then how you're going to manage these things, that also matters. Right?
So that's what my worry was. I'm holding a 21 years of experience. So
Yeah.
that experience can give me a support in that. Plus,
Okay.
like wherever the coaches are there, I mean nowadays they're teaching, they're giving a live hand-on experience on the projects also.
Okay.
So what I feel is with that 21 years of experience in live projects,
Yeah.
that can easily help me to penetrate the market.
Yeah, you can do that. See, at the end, whatever you're learning and whatever you are working on a projects or getting some experience, you have to make sure that you merge that with your previous experience. That's important. So completely changing the domain, that's not going to help you because you have 20 years of experience. So that also you have to consider that factor.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So I think that's it for this session. So probably any questions you can mail us with the detail or you can WhatsApp on the office number as well. Our team, even I'll be checking those WhatsApps as well. So our team will get in touch with that. Any questions? Okay, we'll stop here for online. Let me stop for online. I'll come to the offline people. I think that's it for this session. Hopefully, we'll meet again next month. I'll let you know the prior dates. Join the WhatsApp community where I have shared the links. There, I'll be posting you the regular. So we'll be in touch every month. So at least I'll plan one seminar every month. Okay. Okay. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Yeah. See, L1 and we don't need routers. There are many people working for any other see the console of the that's it. One thing was that we are but still we have some routers. It is actually separate group we have done. Yes, they are from I said I think we have readers.